we have touched the tip of an iceberg, meaning that the amount of intervention we performed in 17, 18 in the senior community is very small. The needs are much greater. If I were to take as example, most all of us who worked in hospitality, are over the age of 62, 63. We started work in hospitality in the early 70s. There was no such thing as a pension plan. Consequently, at 62 or 63, if you did not take care of creating some eggs, building some apartments or whatever, or having some additional rent income, you will only be doing your AFV pension, and the maximum is 1,080 guilders. Now, if you did not manage to build your own home and are renting an apartment, or if you have managed to build your own home, that 1,080 guilders, and if you have no other income, has to take care of insurance, maintenance, etc. So you do have a good percentage of our community, in my opinion, that are living in a hidden poverty category, if I could put it like that, meaning that the money can't reach, and a good number of us did not realize when we were in hospitality that the absence of a pension plan will put us at retirement age in a difficult position.
Well, I mean, you're being very polite when you say that, because after what you just said, I realized most of those people work so hard, build a home, have a home, even if you don't have a mortgage anymore, you're probably still tethering just above the poverty line or just below because of 1,100 guilders, or if you're a senior in terms of medical costs, etc. And it's very difficult.
You have current, you have water, you have food, and you have insurance on the house, and you have the maintenance of the house.
And that's all your income is just 1,100.
It can't reach. It can't reach. And basically, we are basically saying that the social needs in the community have grown exponentially, and we need to address those needs. There's a great need for housing on St. Martin. There's a great need for low-cost housing on St. Martin. But to come back to what we did in 17 and 18, pre-Irma and post-Irma is a tip of an iceberg. Actually, the project that we executed was based on a report that was written in 2013 by Dr. Pete Lucas. And Pete Lucas interviewed a good amount of seniors, and they indicated these are the challenges we face. So we took that report, dusted it off, and we took some of the conclusions and attempted to execute some of the points raised. For example, the Helping Hands Foundation, isolation was a major item. Isolation, so being able to get out your house. So Helping Hands Foundation received from us 4 additional buses, with the idea that they would be able to set up a transportation system. Helping Hands Foundation needs more buses. Helping Hands Foundation needs more funding. Why? With more buses, you need to hire more employees, and consequently, you'd have more cost of operations. So isolation is one thing, and there are other items that we just spoke about, you know, nutrition, financial support, household maintenance, if I could call it that. There are people that basically need someone that could come to their home, cook, clean, and it doesn't have to end up being a major cost for them. The thing about our people, St. Martiners are very proud, exceptionally proud, and you will not hear quickly a St. Martiner coming to you and complaining the thing ain't reaching, you know? Or you would have a family member that would assist. But a good number of our people who were in hospitality, even if they have their own home, what they receive does not reach.
And I think I've never heard anyone put it the way you put it a while ago. And I think if anyone had any doubt now, after what you said and how you describe it, it is kind of like scary getting old in Simon these days.
Yeah. We have conducted a good number of social intake interviews. So each recipient of a home repair,
Yeah.
each recipient of a wheelchair, we would do an intake confidentially.
Yeah.
By the same token, the NRPB office does a social intake, and that information is confidential, of course. When you review the information, you bump into certain facts if you go through each one individually. For example, one of the items living amongst us that is not good is hypertension, for example. A good number of seniors have hypertension. Good number of seniors have sugar. If you were to call the medical center, they would tell you that in comparison with 8 years ago, today, the number of patients we see for dialysis has doubled, and the age has dropped. Wow. So, you know, there's certain things in this community that we need to address. And I believe firmly that it's not only about building. We need to stop and take a look at the social needs of this community and address the needs of the citizens, you know.